Hello everybody, it has been too long. A lot of changes have happened, and as you can see, in fact, I have a new studio space to film for you all, and I couldn't be more excited. I hope all of you have been well. I cannot wait to go over today's video with you. It is the easiest makeup tutorial, very few steps, and one that is by far my top 5 favorites, maybe even my top 3. It's the soft blur makeup look. Everything today is about diffusing while enhancing features. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking so we can jump right into this video and play with some makeup. So we've gone from very dewy, almost looking like we have come out of a sauna, dripping in glow. And this now is the middle point. This is all going to be done with brushes to soften and blur every single shape on our face. That said, let's go ahead and dive in and do this very beautiful soft blur makeup. And I do want to note, this is great for every single age range. Let's get started.
Let's start with the brows using the Kosas brow pencil. This has a thin tip, which will create nice, natural brow-like hairs. You're going to go in with what I call scribble technique, which is where you don't try to define anything too hard. You're just staining the skin underneath by loosely wiggling the pencil or scribbling it back and forth against the brow. The scribble technique takes about 5 seconds, but if you'd like more detail, you're just going to go back in and create those feather-like strokes and then thin it out once again with your spoolie, and that should take about 10 seconds, but look at the difference. It's incredible what a brow does. I like to go with a brow gel or glue to help not only shape the brow, but this also helps it to look less harsh because you're softening those pigments. Let's go ahead and curl our lashes to pop those eyes open. Using the Swede mascara, this has a great comb, little fine teeth to help get the base of the lash with extra volume, and then you want to work in 3 directions so that you fan the lash line out. Here's how you make your eyes really stand out in a natural way. These are amazing. The Falscara, they are bars. You place them underneath your natural lash line. I take 3 of the medium length. I start in the middle all the way to the outer edge. I place 3 of those on to create a lift. Then I take the small and then I place it towards the inner eye. So it's small, medium, medium, medium. And this is the difference. Look at that. Oh, so good. I cannot recommend enough. But wait, you want this to look seamless? Go ahead and grab a eyeliner. This is the Surratt. It's a fine tip pen. And I'm gonna go underneath that lash line to make sure that there's no skin showing between the lashes and my natural lash line, and then add a flick to the outer corner, just a little one, to create a soft lift. I love how easy these are to apply and how much they enhance my eyes.
Boletta has been my skincare go-to as of lately, and it has a lot to do with how easy it is to use and how effective. This is brilliant because it is a skin care balm stick. Now there are several different ones. This one I'm using today is the hyaluronic acid, and it's meant to be a repair serum stick, so it's very hydrating. But what I love is that it's so easy to throw on. I use this on the back of my hands. I use it on my hair sometimes if I need to slick it back. I use it a little bit under the eyes. I just go in and I lightly pat it into the skin. This is great for travel because you can use it everywhere. I'm going to go in lastly with the hydrating mist. This is so refreshing and one of my absolute staples for not only makeup, but for my last step in my skincare routine. All right, nice, hydrated, easy. Let's go ahead and get into the foundation that we're going to be using for this look. The Prada Skin Optimizing Foundation. This is a soft focus, medium matte coverage foundation. This is the one that I can wear as somebody with combination dry skin, and for my clients who are 40, 50 plus, who have finer lines or deeper set lines. Because of the luminosity and texture and how it is formulated, it sits so beautifully on the skin to give you that velvet finish. Let's soften these dark circles using the Kosas Color Correcting Brightening. This has hyaluronic acid, so it's nice and hydrating under the eyes, and it lasts all day. Cheri Voyage tip, take the brush, pinch it at the base so it creates a fan-like shape. This will help to buff and soften the pigments under the eyes. Take a look at the complexion with the Prada foundation and the Kosas brightening serum. Look at how luminous and even the skin looks. Soft focus finish in seconds. Something important to note, this is not about trying to cover every spot. You want to balance out any texture, soften, and diffuse. You're not looking to put a full mask of makeup on. So as you can see, I could still see some of my dark spots, some of my freckles, my dark spots out here, and that's okay. As you saw, I did add the Kosas brightening because my dark circles are very much out today, as they seem to be quite often these days. So I love this pink concealer slash highlighter to go ahead and brighten underneath the eyes. You can also use it in various different ways, and I'll show you guys in another video. If you're interested, comment down below. The next step is going to be about how you use contour or define the features, and it's very different than what we've been doing for the past 5 years, which is more and really chiseling and reshaping our face. We are working with what we have in this look, and we're bringing out our natural features. So let me show you step 2. Let's grab a bronzer that is a cream, and we're going to use the same damn brush, which is awesome to me because for those of you who are on a budget, also for those of you that don't want to take 3 to 5 to 7, 10 brushes with you, this is a great little tip. Take what's already on your brush because the foundation already is going to help diffuse the next product that you put on to make it look even more natural. So the 2 products that I would recommend for using the same type of consistency, which is a cream matte textured bronzer, is either the Rare Beauty or I have the Dior Contour Bronzer Stick. I'm going to do the Dior Contour Stick. Let's go. A swatch on the back of the hand, nice creamy texture, cool undertone, pinching the brush and adding a little bit to the tips of the bristles. Then I like to test it on the back of my hand before I go in. Find where your cheekbone is and go right underneath, usually from the top of the ear to the bottom of the nose, and then work at an angle upward. That creates a nice C shape and a nice divot. Follow the hollow, work at an angle. Add to the perimeter of the forehead, work down the center of the nose, and add a little to the chin and on the side of the jawline. This is an important step. We're going to go ahead and place it all over the lower lid, and then we want to work up and out towards the temple to create a nice soft lift. This is supposed to be very soft and natural. Optional step, we're going to add a little bit to a domed brush and place it under the eyes to give a little shaping. The goal here is that hopefully you're not seeing any hard lines. It just looks like a nice, very subtle chisel. All right, we're going to take now a cream blush, and every area that we went on, we're going to go on top of. So you already have a map of your next steps. I'm going to use the Tata Harper because it has a little bit of like a putty texture to it, so it'll be perfect for that blurred finish. Using the Tata Harper in Lovely, I'm cleaning off the brush a little bit, and then we're going to test it here on the back of our hand to make sure that the color is what we want and the finish. Perfect color, nice finish. We're going to glaze the face, which means we don't want to have an overly blush look. We're just lightly flicking the tips of the bristles across the skin. Think of it as a soft petal finish. The sun has just barely kissed the skin. You're turning a little bit pink and getting a beautiful natural flush. And as you can see, I'm going to the eyes now and just adding a little coat of color so that it all comes into unison. I just love this look. All right, let's get these lips on. I'm very excited to show you this lip technique for creating this diffused, blurred lip look. So what I'm going to do is use the NARS pencil. Believe it or not, I'm going to go in with the contour stick by Dior that we used. Yes, for the lips. Then I'm going to go in with the Prada B101. This is my absolute favorite nude blush lipstick. Let's get started. We are finally switching brushes, a little domed brush and the Dior contour stick, a little bit on the tips of those bristles, and we're going to go on the edge of the mouth. I know this is going to seem strange, but we're trying to create a fuller lip, also shadowing to create a contour effect. This will give a nice puckered full lip look. Using the NARS lip pencil, such a beautiful color, looks great on every skin tone, we're going to scribble, which means we're not trying to be intentional here. There's no hard lines. We're just scribbling, filling in the lips all the way around to create a soft, diffused look. No harshness, all about blur. Once I've filled in the lip, now I can softly and subtly shape the fullness that I want to get a nice full lip look. Using the domed brush that we used for the contour, we're going to now blend the outer edge of the lip liner so everything is softly diffused. Using the B101 Prada lipstick, we're going to go in with this beautiful pink, soft matte texture and color, which is great on light, medium to deep skin tones. And we're going to press it across the lips. The goal is not to do it like a bullet all the way in strong stripes, but to kind of place and pat and then go back in with the brush and lightly feather and blend it all together. Soft full lips and the soft blur technique. Is it a little tedious? Yes, but it is so worth it for the finish. I always like to take a little bit of what's on my lips and place it on my cheeks to create a harmonious color story. And here we have the final look. I hope you enjoyed following this tutorial with me as much as I did creating it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. For those of you that have oily skin or who want to create a even further blurred matte look, you take the same brush take off any excess. I like to clean out the back of my hand. The goal here is that it's not super perfect. All the colors are kind of blended in. I'm going to go ahead and go in with this powder by Westman Atelier. And this does have vitamin C and a good amount of it. So if you're allergic to vitamin C, something to note, it is an active powder. I go in and I place a little bit on the dome of the brush. So I'll go in and I will work down. You never want to work into a pore. That will highlight the circumference as well as the depth and texture. So work down. As you can see, this just softened everything. I'm getting a little dewy on this side and it's a bit bright pink, so this will also have to knock back the color a bit. And I'll work in the middle, a little on the forehead, a little on the chin. Whatever's left over, I'll work down and then buff up and out. And a little under the eyes. And here we go. The blurred makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Of course, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. It is so good to be back. I will be doing 3 videos a week moving forward, hopefully more, but I'm guaranteeing 3 as we head into 2026. I cannot believe we're almost at the end of 2025. Holiday season is just around the corner, and I will get into that with you guys very soon. That said, I hope all of you are well, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now, everybody.